Hey, everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the Next Level Podcast. I am Brian Daniels, and on this episode, I am joined with my podcast tag team partner, Josh Undershaver. What's going on,
How's it
Josh?
going, Brian?
What's good, man? It's
Yeah.
good. And it's always good when we have a guest on our show.
Yeah.
And today on this episode, we welcome actor Melissa Bowen to the show. She is a
Hello.
woman in the car in Superman, James Gunn's Superman. And
Yeah.
I'm super excited. We'll talk all about how Melissa and I met, and we'll talk about everything that happened filming the movie, her career, and we're going to talk about kind of in general superhero movies as well. And that's something that I'm sure all of us enjoy and appreciate. So, but before I get into that, I want to talk about our sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is one of the nation's largest ticketing apps where you can go online and get tickets to concerts, sports events, and so much more. And thanks to SeatGeek, you can right now save $20 on your very first purchase of $50 or more by using our promo code domain GPCE10, which is down there in the bottom of the description here if you're watching on YouTube. You can download the SeatGeek app on Android or iOS devices, or you can go to SeatGeek.com. Get those tickets today, save some money. You deserve it. All right, let's get into our conversation with Melissa. We've been waiting to do this for a minute, and so how I ran into Melissa. This is great. It was fate. It was meant to be. So we do on our YouTube channel, which by the way we are a part of the Domain Podcast Network. If you're
Mhm.
watching on YouTube.com/domain GPCE, we do Josh and I kind of go back and forth. We do this little series called At the Theater,
Yeah.
where we go to the theater, talk about a movie we're about to see, go see the movie, and then right after we're finished seeing the film, we kind of give a little bit of our thoughts on the movie. No spoilers or anything like that. We just kind of do a quick little feelings and thoughts because I
Yeah.
feel the best time to let those feelings out is literally as you're leaving the
Right.
theater. I know that with my friends, I know that Josh and I have seen, I think, movies together before. That's just something you do with your friends as
Yeah.
soon as you leave, right? All the excitement is right there. And
Yeah.
so I went to a theater in Louisville, Kentucky, which is the area in which I live, and saw the film. Which, by the way, if you still have not seen this movie, please, please stop watching right now. Go watch this movie. It is amazing. It is truly a God. It's a top. It's a 10 out of 10 for me anyway.
Yeah. I liked it.
And that's right, and that's saying a lot because I have not been the biggest.
I think that's been our biggest split argument is you
As,
just can't stand superhero movies right now.
yeah, well, I've had a hard time with superheroes right now because I feel
Yeah.
like there was been such an oversaturation of like superhero movies,
Mhm.
but at the same time, like I never was the biggest Superman fan.
Yeah.
And then James Gunn said, let me fix that for you," and he
Mhm.
introduced us to this amazing cast of characters, which Melissa happens to be a part of. Um, After I saw the film, I went out to to try to find the Superman poster. I was getting ready to film, and someone was like, "Maybe you should have her in your video." I didn't know who they were talking about, and I thought it was just a random person who wanted to be in the video, which I don't typically mind from time to
It
time.
happens. Yeah.
And he was like, "No, no, no, she was in the movie." And I was like, "Wait a minute, you're the lady in the car, right?" And she came over, we had a chat, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to join me in my video?" And she did. So I'll leave a link below where you guys can watch that little interview I did with Melissa there
Mhm.
right after we saw the film. That was cool, by the way. So I gotta ask. Enough about me. I'll shut up. It's fine. It's your turn. It's your turn to talk. I can go on and on, but what was that like for you? Well, actually, you know what? Before we get to that, how did you get involved with this movie? What was the process for that like?
So I'm a local actor here, Midwest. I'm
Yep.
right here out of Kentucky. And they put the auditions for all these kind of side characters, supporting characters. They put it out wide, so it went to everywhere in the Midwest. I have one of the actors I met who's from Chicago. And I
Oh
know
wow.
I had friends in Atlanta auditioning, and they was going to all the same. Um, I know if I had auditioned outside of my agency, I probably could have auditioned for a bunch of stuff, but they were like, no, we know there's a lot of roles, pick one. And so I went down the list, and there's a lot, but it was very obviously there's always that scene in a superhero movie with somebody in trouble in a car on a bridge.
Mhm.
Spider-Man catching the car. I was like, that sounds like fun. So I picked that one to audition for. Um, and it's standard. Everybody tapes from home these days, and sent it off. And I think it was about a month and a half to 2 months later. Very unexpected phone call as I was driving with my kid
Those are
in
the
the car.
best.
And they were, yeah, it's like I was expecting a call from them about something else, and then they're like, "Oh, no, you've been cast in Genesis," and I'm like, "What?" Literally as I'm driving. Um, so I was like, "Thank you," and then click, and then scream in the car. So, and my kid had
Oh
no
yeah,
idea what was going on.
that's
But
great.
yeah, so but it went from that to I was stressed right up to the very moment because I knew because of the sequence, they were like, well, we need a stunt double for this, and we got to make sure you can drive. I was actually worried up until the day that they were having me come out that they were just going to have the stunt double film the whole thing. And
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I wouldn't even be it. And because of the driving aspect. And
Right.
that just never happened. So I got to do it. But
I
I
bet
don't
that
know.
was, yeah, I bet that was a really surreal moment for you. So, um, I don't want to necessarily spoil the moment, but it is a very classic scene that you would, like you had said about Spider-Man.
Mhm.
It's one of those very classic scenes that I would kind of expect to see in specifically a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Um, it ended up actually being a commercial for the movie.
That I didn't even know about until after like a month later. So
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, what was that? How was that for you being on set and getting to work with James Gunn? What was that like?
that was honestly the whole set was just everybody was so happy to be there, and it was just so excited to be there.
Yeah.
My chain of command, I kind of, I was talking to like the unit directors, they or like, they people along the chains. I was kind of slowly being fed up to my point of contact for the most part was actually the stunt team. That was kind of
Okay.
who I kind of kept eyes and ears on. And hair and makeup is the ones guiding you around set, but
Yeah.
that's who I was looking to initially. And then the first AD, when he came out, then I knew it was like time to start. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, now we're getting down to business. And it wasn't until, I was in the car, I wired for sound, all that stuff. Then
Right.
James comes out, Mr. Gunn, he comes out and he's just like, okay, let's rehearse. And then he's like, we're gonna do this. And he just looks at me and like locks eyes. And I'm like, okay. And we're gonna do like, what do we do? Like, so he was just like, he wasn't even talking to me necessarily. He was talking to,
Yeah.
first AD, camera op, the whole team. He
Yeah.
was telling them what they needed. And then I was acting out as he went. So he's like, so this is the camera, this is what we're doing. She's doing this. And I just full on acted it out. He's like, yep, that's it. Okay, let's go. Um, and
Nice.
that's, yeah, it was very much, I don't know. I didn't feel like I needed to be overtold. He was just very much
Mm.
like very clear with what he needed.
Yeah.
And they actually did show me essentially like um, the sequence in like animated form. So to be like,
Okay.
this is what we're looking for.
Oh, that's kind
So
of
he
cool.
had it. Yeah. So I already knew, and I'm very much a visual person. So the minute I saw
Yeah.
that, I was like, I know exactly what you need. Okay, here we go. Um,
Great.
yeah.
That's
And
fantastic.
what really surprised me as an actor is some of those things, the less complicated stuff, anything that had to do with like the driving part, we did 2 or 3 takes of. But some of the other stuff where it was just, camera move and me doing an acting something, he's like, one take, and he's like, okay, move on. And I was like, that's it?
Cool.
Okay. I only get one chance. Okay. It's great. Very
Was
nerve-wracking, but
did the one take put more pressure on you because you're like, okay, well, this is gonna be a big movie.
yeah, well, I mean, you're always doing it full out, and I know some directors actually prefer you get used to that when you're auditioning at home. The first, second, and third takes are always the best because then your energy starts kind of
Right.
deflating and you get a little bit repetitive.
Mm. Yeah.
I don't think I was necessarily expecting that in that situation to just really only, as coming from the indie world, we always get a safety. Like there's always that safety shot. And some of those shots, there was only one. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Um, uh, yeah, but any of the more complicated stuff that took a little bit of coordinating because I actually did have to drive on set. That's all
Oh, wow.
practical.
Cool. You
So that's
actually drove.
yeah,
Cool.
I did drive. The actual collision stuff, that was all my wonderful stunt double.
Yeah.
But the minute the car that we started out with, they had people on the back of the car shaking the whole car, and that was that very first thing. That was the first thing I did.
That's cool.
Very
Wow.
cool.
So I know you said you've been an actor for a while now. How long have you been acting?
Um, since right before COVID, actually, so not too long for
Oh, okay.
people in the industry, but yeah,
Yeah.
I have a dance background. I was a dance teacher, dance major. Um, that's what I do. And
Yeah.
then I'm also a big movie nerd. So right before COVID, they were doing Young Frankenstein at our local community theater. I
Oh,
was like,
cool.
I can't not do Young Frankenstein.
That's
So gotta have a little Mel Brooks in your life.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so
a big
I did that.
big
I got a
fan.
little, I got a little bit of an acting bug, and then everything shut down, which
Yeah.
kind of actually was a blessing on the acting side because then the whole dance world shut down. My recitals got canceled, everything. But community theater, they were still offering Zoom table reads and stuff like that. And
Okay.
and they did virtual shows, and so I got to do some silly monologues, and they put them together in a show for Zoom performances, and
Yeah.
it kind of sparked the bug that way. And then we're a military family, and we just happened to keep
Okay.
getting stationed in places where there was like our first that was out in Germany, and we got right after that, middle of 2020, we got moved out to Texas, outside of Austin,
Okay.
and they were still UT Austin, and all the film students there, they were still
Yeah.
going to class, and so I got into
Yeah.
student film there, and we were only there about a year, and then we came out here to Fort Knox in
Yeah.
Kentucky, and I took that student footage and managed to get my agent out here, and that was my leg up into the professional side of things. So
That's pretty
That's
cool.
great.
That's
yeah,
cool.
so
What's
I was gonna say
that's
technically I didn't do my first feature until spring of 23. So
nice.
Okay.
What
Cool.
was that about?
I did
Tell us
I
about that.
was I was in it was a Western called Unnatural. It was
Nice.
filmed with a lot of local Kentucky people. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
That
looking
was-
at that right now. Yeah.
yeah, it's with
Okay.
Al Snow, John Wells, and Darren Lee Cup.
Hey.
Oh, my man Al
Yeah,
Snow is in it.
Yeah.
I know
I
Al
know him.
Snow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
really cool. You and Al Snow in the same movie together. I gotta watch that
That's
now.
great.
I got
Whatever
that.
about that
I
Superman
get
guy? You know
punched
Al
twice by
Snow.
him. He knocks me out twice in that movie.
Oh, he
So
knocks you out twice. Oh, that's
yeah.
Oh wow.
okay.
What a guy.
I got that pulled up. I'll keep that in front of me here. Yeah. So cool, man. Like, what's the what was it like that night was that the first time? Well, I mean, yeah, that was the first time, right? You had seen yourself. Was that night, right? In the theater?
Yeah, that it was, but I
Oh,
didn't
cool.
technically watch myself because I was so like
Were you
I,
shy?
I was like I can't. My teen was sitting next to me, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my God. And I look up, and the one shot I look up is when I have my hair like this, when I'm like, what? I'm like, why is my hair in my face? I was just that was about all I saw. And then it was over. So I did go back and watch it for like to watch it for real.
Yeah.
And then it was very I tried to because I there's been this reaction to it that I was not expecting. Um, you know, I expected it, it's just another action sequence in a superhero movie, right?
Mhm.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. There's it's a completely different, the way he built that scene had to do with, that's Clark's moment to come back as Superman. And it's done so well with the music
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
to be the, the one person in that, getting to be in that scene with him, it's like, oh, okay. So I
yeah.
had to, watching it again, I had to kind of take myself out of it to get that, because I wanted that same feeling that
Mm,
everybody else is getting
Absolutely. Yeah,
watching it.
yeah.
And
The
that's
movie. See, we had a episode where we discussed the film, and I can't say enough good things about it because
mm,
it's a movie where for me, Superman never jived with me as a kid. I always kind of saw Superman as like, okay, he's just overpowered. Like, what's so great about Superman, right? Like, he's just a dude who's an alien who can do it all, and the thing that makes him weak is a rock, right? But like, I think for me, I watched the Christopher Reeve Superman, which I thought was okay. Um, I really liked the Henry Cavill Man of Steel movie. This one though, and now I've got people who ever since I told them I like this Superman, they're like, oh, you need
mm.
to read. I'm like, I don't want to read Superman, like because that's the comic Superman is not my Superman. This is my Superman. Like
See, I
this,
love comic books, and this is like my Superman. Like,
yeah, yeah. And for me, I've always been a James Gunn fan. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm
Mhm.
going through Peacemaker season one
You've been a
because
mainstream James Gunn fan. Don't say that in my presence, Brian.
yeah. For me, he's always been good at telling the story
Mm,
mm,
and really using those characters with their emotions around them to tell a story. And so I actually cried when I watched the first trailer. I was
I
like,
felt something.
oh my God. Like the moment
It was the music, though.
yeah, well, I mean that too. It was
Mm,
everything. In the moment like Superman lands on the ground and you see him in this way that you're just not used to seeing him, a defeated human, right?
mm.
And what I love about this film is that James Gunn did such a good job of driving home this message that he's not just super, he's a man. That's kind of what I
Yeah,
got from him.
the
He's
man of it.
he's a person.
mm.
And the monologue that him and or the dialogue that him and Lex have at the end of the movie, which I don't know, did you watch the little featurette they showed of James
Yeah.
Gunn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was excellent. There's a documentary for those who don't know. There's a little documentary behind the scenes. They're gonna come out. I think it's either already out or it's coming out soon. I think it's like about 45 minutes to an hour of kind of showing some of how those scenes were put together. Um, it was just a great film from
Mhm.
start to finish. Um, for you, what was that like? I mean, like, did you have an idea at all? I know you filmed the one scene, but did you have an inkling that this movie would be that big of a deal?
I mean, just if you think about the fact, I mean, it is the first of the DCU, the new,
Yeah.
and James Gunn doing it and knowing his work and how well he does.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Guardians would not have been what it was if he had not been the one directing it.
Oh,
It
without
just
Yes.
doubt. Yeah,
absolutely wouldn't.
without.
When they first announced the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I literally spit out my coffee and went, what are they wasting their money on? Guardians of the Galaxy fucking suck. And then look at me eating my words in 2025. You
Yeah.
Yeah,
know?
it's just.
So,
I mean, if he hadn't been the one doing it, the way that they have played homage to the original in so many ways is just the smartest thing because we are so far from that original Chris Reeves
Mm,
oh
version
yeah. Oh yeah.
that you have all these people, me included, I'm an 80s baby, that it just that's the one that hits home. And there's things in this movie that I've seen people have pointed out that I'm like, okay, so like you're not cognizant of it, but it's built in there in the nostalgia. Like it's just it's there. And if you ever read the comics, I was not so much into comics except for when I was at my grandpa's house. He would have stuff lying around. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so there's little
Yeah.
those little built in there. But um yeah, it's when me being on set, I was just kind of like in the zone of just trying to do what I needed to
you
do
were working,
to the
yeah.
best of my ability. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of hate it because they say no phones on set, right? It's like
Mhm.
completely locked down.
Oh, it's closed down.
As
Oh
far
yeah.
as, yeah, like, I was in holding with other background work, and everybody's had their phones with the tapes covered on them so nobody can take pictures or anything. And I was like, I just left my stuff in the trailer. I was like, I'm just not even gonna
Yeah.
bring it. And then I see all these people posting their behind the scenes selfies after the fact, and I'm like, well, oh well, I don't have any.
Yeah.
I have the memories because I was not on my phone at all.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
It's always
and
a
which is
bad thing though. It's always a bad.
no, actually, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's kind of a blessing in disguise that I was trying to be extra good about it because
Yeah.
like my memories are that much more vivid because I was
Yes.
just there and focused on what I was doing, and I need to
Yeah.
do that more often, I think. But
I agree.
Yeah. I agree.
I agree. I think that to touch on that a second. I'm also a child of I'm an 80s baby too. I go to places and everybody's got their dang phones. I sound like an old man, but like they just
Right.
always gotta like take pictures. I'm like, you don't always have to take photos of everything. It's
Not
okay.
everything.
But yeah, I mean, to be able to do that, um, especially considering, with the amount of work you've done, that's got to be by far one of the probably the biggest thing you've done right now, biggest
yeah.
feature been a part of right now. I know I'm looking through your I'm kind of scoping out your IMDb right
Oh,
now. But
I've got a lot of little stuff. I went to, I try to take classes here and there when I can. And I had one guy
yeah,
who looked
yeah,
at my IMDb, he's like, because I only have stuff going back so far. He's like, you stay busy, don't you? And I'm like, I try. I'm like,
yeah.
I come late in the game, but I'm kind of all in when I decide I want to do something. So we're all in
What
on
was
this
it?
one.
What was it like for your friends and like your like? Were you did you have to keep it a secret from everybody that you were doing the movie?
Yeah, so I mean, my immediate family knew, my mom knew, but
Yeah, yeah.
nobody passed who besides my mom, nobody passed who's living in under this roof. And I had texts from like my brother-in-law going, "Excuse me, what?" He's like, "Did I just see you in Superman?" I'm like, "Hey."
That's awesome. Was
So
that
yeah.
Big
hard
summer
for you
blockbuster
not?
movie.
Was that hard for you to not tell anybody about that? Like when did you film those scenes? What year was that? Was it like
That
last
was
year?
last summer. So early
Okay.
July last summer. Yeah.
Was that
Um
in was that in Cleveland?
yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, up on the Detroit Superior Bridge is the one they use.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
So it's funny. I was just in Cleveland in August of last year. So I think they had just finished wrapping
Yeah.
Oh.
after I had,
I think
or after I got, or I'm sorry, before I got there, they had just finished
Mhm.
wrapping the set. So, but
yeah. I think
yeah,
they were filming all this stuff like down in the central, that first in inner city stuff, like
yeah.
with
Oh yeah,
the
like the
I think they
square.
yeah, I think yeah, the
Yeah,
square. I think they were doing the square stuff
yeah,
before me, and then we did
yeah,
the bridge, and then I think they went and did like the baseball after
yep,
me.
yep.
Because
Oh,
I was kind of keeping an eye. There was the local Cleveland paper had paparazzi out, and so they were posting daily photos of everything that was being filmed.
I'm sure
Oh
they
So,
were.
no.
Yeah.
for
Oh
those, the
man.
internet, you can still Google and find those. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Was it so? It was. So I'm sure that was pretty difficult to have to keep such a big secret like that. Like,
yeah. I
Right.
uh,
mean, I just was like, I kind of treated it like I just went up and worked in Cleveland, but
Mhm.
nobody. I don't know why nobody put two and two together because everybody around here, at least, they knew
yeah,
what was filming in Cleveland, but they
Yeah.
didn't.
yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, but
So
once I got back, it was just kind of like, yeah, life continues on, and you just kind of wait until,
Mhm.
yeah,
and
See what happens.
you have to wait until either they show your face on screen, like a commercial, or they add you to the IMDb. Then you're allowed to, you know, say,
yeah. I was
okay,
gonna say like, when are you allowed to actually speak freely about it? Is this do
yeah.
you have to wait until the?
Mhm.
Is it
Typically,
better
most
to
people
wait
wait.
until it comes out?
It's better to wait until the actual release day.
Yeah,
So that's the
Mhm.
best day. Like to talk about anything. I mean, to talk about behind the scenes anything, you wait until the day it releases. To
yeah.
say you're in it, to be like, oh, I'm in Superman, it would have been either IMDb or if I had known the
Okay.
commercial came out at the start of June, that would
Mhm.
have been nice, but I didn't know. So
Okay. Yeah.
um
So they didn't have you sign an NDA or anything.
yeah, they do. You
Okay.
signed big chunk of paperwork. So
I figured, yeah, because no, we had to sign one for Warner Brothers when the Suicide Squad game was coming out, and we played it in the Alpha Build, and they were like, "Okay,
Yeah.
we don't want you to tell anybody. This
NDAs
is
for
our standard
everything.
NDA," and
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
was a lot.
Yeah, we do a lot of video game reviews and we test games and play them before the public does, and I know all those too well.
they're like,
Warner
Actually,
Brothers was
I'm
just
on a
like,
don't think about that.
"Here you go."
I remember when I went to so I live in the Louisville area and I'm a big OVW guy, Ohio Valley Wrestling, House knows,
Oh,
turf.
yeah.
And every the whole damn town knew that like they were shooting a Netflix show there, so it was like not at
Yeah.
all. And so they filmed a scene, a big long scene with like me and a few friends because we went. And we went with the intent knowing, oh, let's see if we can be on Netflix because it'd be kind of fun. Because and we go to OVW all the time. Maybe we're big pro wrestling
Mm.
fans. And so we went and we sat ringside and the Netflix crew was there. And that was the coolest thing to see that be like seeing a Netflix show filmed is pretty cool. And they came up and they're like, you guys look like the kind of people we want to talk to. I was like, yeah, we've been watching pro wrestling for like our entire life. I'm 40, I'm in my 40s. I'm watching my whole life pretty much. They filmed like maybe what was it, like 20 minutes with us, and they asked us like all these pro wrestling questions.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah,
what's
you
your
were
history
hyping it
with
up.
I'm not even kidding. What's your history with like Al Snow? What do you know about WWE? What would happen if OVW closed down? I mean, they were just like it
Wow.
was and they were filming the whole time. All of
Yeah.
it was just reactionary. And I watched the show and I'm like, all right, like I think, no NDAs. So like I didn't have to not talk about the fact that I got interviewed by Netflix. I didn't sign anything. I think how that worked there was if you went to the show, you
Yeah.
were already like signing off on a release by purchasing a ticket because it's a televised production. So you're already
Yeah.
Mhm.
giving your image, like, your likeness to be used on TV. So I'm watching this Netflix show and I'm like, all right, dude, they only used like 5 seconds of footage.
If even that. If even that.
Like if you blink, you'll miss me, but I'm on there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So
oh,
and that's
5 seconds is better than no seconds. So
hey, I literally got my 5 seconds of fame and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
And
that
your
was such a good
IMDb
series
credit.
too. I was surprised. I was like, that was a really good series.
Yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, I've always been a fan of just movies in general. Um, I've always like I feel like acting is something that I wanted to do a long time ago. I don't know about now. What would you think for people who if they want to get into doing it?
Uh,
What
well,
how would
first of
they?
all, it's never
Yeah,
too late. Never
that's a good
ever too
point.
late.
That's a good point.
Because I mean, I coming from dance background, like that's for me as a so dance has kind of a finite time limit
Yeah,
on it.
I
It's
was
like
going to ask
when your
you
body
about that.
breaks down,
Yeah, I
like
was going to ask you.
you
Yeah.
usually in your 20s you have a career and then not so much after that. And I got lucky. There's actually a local dance company here that is made up of all ages, and they kind of helped me get back into dance and actually be a performing dance artist now. But
Oh, nice.
that's not unusual. That's Ambo Dance Theater. Shout out. But that's not the norm. So me coming to acting was another venue to be able to still perform and not have age be. I mean, I can I idolize Dame Maggie, who from start to finish, like at all ages, you can just keep on acting. And the key is really dedication to learning because nobody is an actor all by themselves.
Oh, yeah, I
You
believe that.
really
Yeah.
it's all about listening. It's all about understanding the text and really understanding. I'm going to tie it back to Superman in a second because it really is it's an understanding of the world around you, and just you really can't close yourself off to anything, but really just keep educating yourself as far as that goes. So like I have a coach that I work with weekly that
Nice.
helps me keep going,
Yeah.
and surrounding yourself with that. And I know in every town there's acting communities, and you just got to go find one, like, and they're there. They're so welcoming.
Nice.
Um, but as far as like, it's finding that human. So that BTS of James Gunn and David Cornsweet
Yeah,
is that is
that's
like,
a great example, I think, of what you're trying to get at. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, I that was just like, as an actor, I watched that and I'm just like, oh my God, that is literally me and my coach all the time when we are getting into the text and we find that moment and we're just going back and forth. Like, yes, that's it. That's what we're looking for. It's finding that humanity. And I may not have been an actor growing up, but I was very much a people watcher and
Mhm.
observing humanity. And it's all about knowing what's going on in the world around you. And I think that's where Corn Sweat is just such a genius casting choice because he is also that. Like in that, if you have you seen any of his older stuff that's been rising to the surface
I
as
I I haven't. Well, I think there was something that he did that I didn't realize he was in.
he has like
There was
there's a YouTube channel with him and a friend. There's
oh,
all
oh,
his
I
stuff
didn't
with
know that.
Juilliard. I saw him in community theater pop up, like
Okay.
just
Okay.
the amount of work that he has put into it, and then the way that he questions things. And he's like, that's what's so genius about that last speech is he is trying to. He's not asking, "What do you want me to do?" He's asking, "Where's the humanity in this? Why is he feeling this way?
Hmm. Yeah. Uh,
Where is that?" And yeah.
the movie that I saw him in that I didn't know who he was until Superman was he was in Twisters. I didn't realize
Oh
because
yeah.
there was somebody did a interview with him when he went to Juilliard and they were did you see that? Did you see that video where he goes with a camera crew into Juilliard and he shows the famous room where like all the other he talks
Yeah.
about how this guy sat there and um I'm a big behind the scenes guy. I love that I love that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I have always been the person that I like to know how things are made, whether
Mhm.
Mhm.
it's video games, movies, TV shows, all that, music. And so I've watched a lot of that stuff lately with Superman. And I was like, this guy looks so familiar, and I didn't realize he was the kind of nerdy guy in the movie Twisters. I
Yeah.
was like, okay,
The
I remember,
villain essentially.
but
Yeah.
but for me, you're absolutely right. Is that, and I think in any job where you have to learn, you have to be teachable, right? You have to be willing to set aside your own pride. I think a lot of people are too prideful. You have to be open to criticism. I know there's a lot of people that say I can take criticism, but then they get criticized and they're like they don't take it. And and the thing is that they don't call guys like James Gunn a director for no reason. That's literally what like when I watched that little snippet, that was quite literally what he was doing was directing uh you're not just people think it's just you're telling what a person what to do. It's not no, that's not it. You're not, like you just said, it's not oh just can you just go be emotional and this is a real big powerful scene. Can you just be emotional and like tell Lex what he needs to know about humanity? No, 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 no. Like and I thought that was so awesome to tell him like, look, man, like you need to let Lex fucking know, like you you might be a superhero, but you are a person. You need to drive home the fact that the difference between me and you is that I have abilities, yes, but we're at our core, you and I feel emotions the exact same way. We have
Mhm.
you have man. That's what I loved about that part of the movie. Yeah. Was that scene, and that made me tear up. I'm almost kind of getting there again, just thinking about that scene. Is that's what made me love this Superman more than any others. Is the fact that that's what James Gunn did was he really drove home the point. Because I know a lot of people are like, yeah, okay, but like there wasn't really any action. I'm like, there was action. Are you serious? Are you serious? Like there
He
was
fought Mr. Mixlick in the background. Like that was cool
yeah,
as fuck,
I mean, did you miss him and Hammer of Borvia and
right?
like, did you miss all the fights and stuff? Um, no, I'm not just there for. the action. I'm there for a story. And I
Mhm.
think what he did is he really showed us how, yeah, Superman's got all these cool abilities. He can shoot lasers out of his eyes. He can fly, all this stuff. But what really his strongest ability is that he's a human.
Mhm.
And I would have to also even say that it isn't just kryptonite is his weakness. I think him being a human is a weakness too.
I absolutely would say
Because
that
you can kind of say that's our weakness. We're
if
human,
he's
right?
written
We
well.
unfortunately our emotions can get the best of us. We sometimes make bad decisions based off of our emotions.
Mhm.
I know I've done that, right? And so for me, it's uh what you just said about you got to be able to be teachable. You got to be able to be, you know, I think being an, and I don't know if you would agree with this in when being an actor, maybe you discover a side of yourself you did not know that was there because it can help bring out those emotions within you more by having a person coach you
Mhm.
to find that. Is that kind of a fair thing to say?
Yeah. No, there, I mean, as far as acting goes with a coach and being able to reach that the goal is to be able to get there and do it in a healthy way so that it doesn't hurt. It's something that you're not like calling on past memories or anything to make you upset. You don't want to do that. It
For sure.
really is about that, but it's when you find those moments, like, you know, him feeling like his feelings were hurt. That's a real emotion in this moment. Like him, Superman feels like his feelings are hurt. So yeah, he's upset. And but it's still, it's real within the story. And that's the coach helps you get to there. Um, and I mean, it's the importance of and the idea, my coach, he always says this, we're always working. He's like, be kind to yourself because you are always working. And it's
Yeah.
mistakes are where you learn, and where you learn to grow, where you learn, where you find where you need to be.
Yeah. That's very powerful.
And and
Yeah.
even within that, because Superman, he's like, I've made mistakes. I know, like, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm not
Yeah.
perfect. It's what you do after that. That's what separates the
Yeah.
the the people with character, or with Superman, from the rest of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
I think James Gunn did a hell of a job um helping us connect with him on a non-meta human level, right?
yeah.
yeah.
Um in a way that, and dare I say this, I think he was able to connect us in a way that we really probably haven't seen in most superhero movies.
Correct.
Because superhero movies in general um have felt kind of convoluted. Like there's a lot of them. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like when you talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's
Mhm.
like over 30 movies there. Like I know Josh and I've talked about this
Yeah.
all the time. It's like, my God, I feel like I feel like it's been half my life watching superhero movies now.
I remember
Yeah.
during COVID, we went back and watched them, um, chronologically by how they should be watched, and that was
Oh
very,
yeah,
Okay.
that's interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
And it took a few weeks, so it took a long
Yeah, I
time to
bet.
get through it all.
I think for me, it's the fact that with this DC universe now, and because I got super excited when I found out James Gunn was taking this over.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
for me, the DCEU, it just didn't jive with me. I didn't feel connected to that at all. Not that it was horrible. I don't think it was particularly like
It was
excellent or great.
different.
Different. But my thing is um I like the fact that that James Gunn got someone that isn't like a Robert Downey Jr. Isn't
Yeah.
someone who we're like, oh great, how's this guy gonna portray Superman, a guy that
Hmm.
we've seen in tons
Seen
of other
before.
things. So uh I think for that was an excellent choice. I think
Yeah.
he did I think David Cornsey did a fantastic job playing as Superman.
Yeah.
Um and the rest of the cast, I mean, Rachel Brosnahan did an excellent job as Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Um just
I did have a little bit of that because she was marvelous Miss Maisel. I was like, is it just going to be another Miss Maisel? But it should not have doubted it. She's wonderful, of course.
but it's just in general, like for me, I feel like superhero movies are back now, and
Yeah.
that rekindling is there for me now. When I first like when we got Iron Man and all those movies started coming
Mhm.
out,
Hmm.
I feel that sense of renewal now with superhero movies, and I'm like, now I want to watch everything from DC. I got to watch Creature Commandos now. I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, it's so
Um,
good, man.
I know, I know.
I
I'm
love it.
See,
finishing
this
up.
is our dynamic. I tell him to watch it and it's really good, and he goes, "Yeah, dog, whatever." And then cut to
No,
months later,
that's
and he's still
because
talking about how
So
he hasn't seen
that's
it.
because I know. But
it's fair.
uh,
I don't. I mean, I'm so old. I rarely watch things twice anymore, and I've already watched it all twice, and probably will watch it again. So
yeah,
you
I
have to
really need
watch
to watch
Creature
that.
Commandos.
Um, I'm finishing up Peacemaker. I know Peacemaker season 2 I think comes out tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah, tomorrow.
I've heard, dude, that man 100% Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, whoa, what's he got in store for us in that?
Right.
My God,
You have, wait, what episode are you on
I am on
Season one.
episode. I think I'm on episode 6 of season 1.
7 is like
Okay,
7
yeah,
is
I
yeah.
haven't finished it yet. But um, I'm just so stoked. Like this is so fun. Like I
Yeah.
can't wait to like. And I've never been a big DC guy. Like I think for me, DC has always really just been Batman. Batman's one of my favorite superheroes of all time.
It's hard to get
Um,
around.
yeah, and for me, it's I think finally James Gunn's gonna help me really enjoy DC. Like
Mhm.
somebody's
Well,
gonna if anybody can do it, it'll be him, and it has
right.
been.
And every movie's gonna have its own different tone and feel, is what's been said, which
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think
yeah,
is great.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
comic books feel different, you know?
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
I
I
can't.
gotta know.
I'm like okay,
Yeah,
I keep trying to ask the question like where did the woman in the car drive to? And a lot of people are like Gotham. And I'm like, you're right. She's gonna go run into Clayface. Come on.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
and exactly now you got to be in that Clayface horror movie that's coming out.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like
You're
Mike
gonna be the
Flanagan,
prominent
man. I'm
you're gonna be a
Mike
prominent
Flanagan is
character.
I think Flanagan's like James Gunn. Like he just doesn't make a bad movie. So
Yeah, I agree.
Melissa's gonna be the character that everybody should have paid attention to, and you're gonna come back as a main character in like 5 movies later.
Yeah.
You're the callback. You're the
I
callback.
was there the whole time.
It was the woman in the car the whole time.
you shouldn't have saved her. No, wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um. So yeah, you went and saw the movie. Uh, was it hard? I mean, is it still weird to see yourself on the big screen like that?
Yeah, always. Something like it doesn't. I start to get a little bit of disconnect, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's very
it's
strange.
weird. I mean,
And,
it's so weird. Like,
I don't like talking about myself too much, so this is like very out of my comfort. And then the whole,
okay,
um, I may have shared a clip on TikTok that like went crazy. So all the very kind comments, like from everywhere, and I don't know. It was like it got a little bit of good traction. Then all of a sudden there was just all these comments from Latin America. So I'm like, something happened. I don't know if I think
Okay.
they were like re-releasing in IMAX and stuff. And all of a sudden my comments just blew up in Spanish. And I was like, in Portuguese. And I was like, okay.
That's when you know, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
When you can't even answer, yeah.
right. So,
I
are you one of those that like? I know a lot of actors don't like to watch themselves in the things they do. Is that you? Like, no matter what it has been, like whether it's Superman, whether it's
I
these other
don't like
films you
watching it with other people. I will watch stuff by
okay.
myself to like because I
Okay.
will nitpick my performance and be like, I should have done this, I should have done that. I will do that. But
Yeah.
watching it with other people, then I'm like, yeah, that just feels
Did you
I
have
don't
any
know.
nitpicks for your performance in Superman? Was there
I
something you wish
did.
you could have
I
done
did.
right?
Well, my daughter, she jokes. She's like, "Your hair was in your face," because that was my one comment. That, but that actually the very last shot, because I had no, I'm not looking at the monitors. I'm not seeing what they're seeing, and
Right.
there was just so much going on because I was literally driving across the bridge with the camera op in the back seat, and the command van was driving behind us. We're
Yeah.
just flying over the bridge, and I have to judge when to turn and actually hit the brakes so I don't run into everybody who's waiting at the end of the bridge. Um, and
Okay.
then so what I hear over the first take, it didn't happen. We did that shot twice just because the first time
Yes.
I took off a little too fast, and command van didn't keep up. Um, so they're like, okay, we're gonna do it again, just soft start. Because in the previous shots, I was supposed to slam the gas, and so
I
like
gotcha. Yeah.
it was vice versa. It was flip it around. So then we did it again, and I'm halfway through the shot, and I'm looking back, and I just hear over a megaphone, just Gunn's voice going, "Smile!" And he yelled it like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, "Am I not smiling? I don't know." And it just kind of, yeah, I could not
All
tell
right.
how
Yeah.
much I was smiling. I was like, I think I'm smiling. And by the end, that was the shot they used. So I guess it was enough.
It's funny.
Um, I look at it now and I'm like, it was not a big, cheese eating grin. So I don't know if it was a big enough smile for what they wanted, but it seems to have worked. So my teen is she's very supportive, and she's like, Mom, they would not have used the shot if that's not what they wanted.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, they definitely would
exactly.
not.
Could have been worse. You could have had a really dumb looking, look on your face, and the people of the internet would have just picked you apart. You
Oh
know,
yeah. Yeah, you know there it is.
oh, that's the took they went with. Thanks. Now people
Yeah.
know me as cheesy grin lead. Yeah,
When you filmed that scene and after it was all said and done, was it in your mind of how people would respond to that moment in the movie? Like were you like, I wonder how it's gonna be because you've a lot all these roles you've done were not they weren't on big screen, right? As far as I can tell,
No,
right?
the only one, yeah, the only one is actually had a film come out the week before Superman to VOD, and so that was the only
Okay.
one, and
Okay.
it was that one premiered at Tribeca, so that one was on
Gotcha.
a big, yeah,
Okay, I see that,
um,
yeah.
yeah,
So
the A-frame.
knowing that this movie was gonna without a doubt be a huge international film, whether or not it was gonna be a big success, which I'd like to think that you probably thought it would because it's James Gunn after all, and he hasn't done anything that really bombed. Um, was there ever a thought in your mind of like fear, worry, like, are people going to hate this scene? Um,
Honestly, not as far as that. Especially as a just a side supporting character, your biggest worry is just, am I going to get cut? And there's
yeah,
so
that
many
too.
of us that wind up on the cutting room floor, and I knew just based on the amount of coordination and what went into the shot that it would
Yeah,
make it in there in some capacity. I didn't know what was happening before this shot. I didn't know what was happening after the shot. I didn't know if they were going to go into some other big action sequence immediately. I had no idea
yeah.
Superman was going to be just having a moment. Um, so I just thought I was a little tiny piece in a bigger action sequence. And
You
so
were
I didn't I yeah, I didn't expect it to for the scene to have that kind of impact.
you were not
Um,
on set with David Cornsett at the same time, right?
no.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
no, they had Adam Hart was the head stunt coordinator, and he was just kind of
Okay.
like, he's like, I'm about the same height. And so he's like, I'm gonna be right here. He's like, this is Superman. There's actually one of those Cleveland paparazzi photos. I love it because they caught him doing it. And
Oh,
oh,
that's
that's great.
funny.
I was
That's
like,
pretty great.
yeah, it's a great photo. Um,
That's
yeah. So I didn't, but James Gunn is Superman enough for me. So
Right.
absolutely.
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's, I mean, to be able to do a movie like that, I mean, honestly, me personally, I'd be like, dude, put me in the movie somehow. I don't care. I will be
Yeah.
I'll do
Throw me
whatever,
in,
man.
coach.
I'll,
Honestly, I'm kind of like that. I've got some others. I've got Spaceballs 2 is in pre-production right now, and I'm just like, where are they filming? I just want to sign up for background. I just want to be on set.
yeah.
Like,
Oh
Please.
my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. No doubt.
That's probably the last chance to be in a Mel Brooks movie, not to be dark about it.
Oh man. Yeah, I know. I know.
Let's go line up right now.
Have you, are there any, I know you won't be able to tell me. Is there anything big else maybe in the
No,
future?
I've had some good auditions lately, but nothing on the books coming up. Um, besides a couple small things that are,
Yeah.
you know, we're grinding. That's the job of
Yeah.
every actor. And that's part of the
Yeah,
whole being
for
able
sure.
to, take criticism, whatnot. It's you. I don't can't even count how many auditions I submit. I know some people are really good and
Yeah.
track all that. I don't. I just submit, and I just keep submitting, and I just keep submitting, and
Hoping you get a
from
call back. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, hopefully, I don't because I have never booked off a callback.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, never booked everything I've booked. I've always just booked straight from my initial audition. So, and
Okay.
Okay.
I
There
don't
you
know if
go.
that's just me, but
That's
I,
cool. Yeah.
it's one of those. I know callbacks like kick my nerves in, and I'm just like, no, just put me to work. Like,
Right. Yeah.
if you put me to work, I'm good to go. And yeah, but
Yeah. I think for people, I think for any actor, you just want to work, right? Like that's the thing. Like it's not, I don't think that you should ever feel that you should have an ego doing what you do. Like it's like, look, like everybody has to start somewhere, right?
Mhm.
And I think, and this can be in anything, whether it's podcasting or uh, whatever you may be doing. You just want to go to work, right? You just want to do the thing you love,
Yeah.
yeah,
right? Because that can get you to the next thing. And you never know who you're going to meet. It's all about networking. Like I know that's a big thing with what we do. We're going to, we do so many conventions every year, and
Yeah.
we're
mhm,
always talking and getting to know people. Um, I mean, I went and did a review for Superman, and here we are, right?
Boom.
So I think that it's important to have some humility
yeah.
um and just look at it as I mean, have you had to turn down a lot of roles?
No, I honestly like, and when you ask your question, like, do I have anything
Yeah,
coming up? I'm only thinking about, do I have things that I'm gonna go be on set in the near future? And I'm like, I have a couple, but not too many. But
yeah.
I'm not even thinking about the stuff that I have already filmed in the last year that is just hasn't come out
There you
yet. I'm like, no,
go.
that's already like I worked that. That's not, but I should be good and say that I have a short called Sighting that's about is coming out soon. Valley
Okay.
of the Shadow. I just filmed that week I saw you. That's why I went to the Superman early show. Is that week
Oh, nice.
I went and filmed Valley of the Shadow coming out next year.
Yeah.
Um,
There you go.
there is stuff that's coming, but in my brain, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm always looking for the future of work. Like, where's the
Yeah.
next thing that I get to go do? So,
Yeah. Is it easy to follow away the things you've already done? Is it easy to like be like, all right, that was a thing. I did that. Now it's
yeah, for
is
like,
that
I am highly, I'm functioning ADHD. Like
yeah,
unmedicated. So it's one of those things where like, if things aren't done yet, then I ping pong a lot, and I like that I think that's where film is really great in my
mhm,
management style because I can
yeah,
juggle all the self tapes and the work and all this stuff. And then once I am done filming, it gets filed and forgotten until I need to pull it back. Okay, I need to go promo for this one. I need to do this and whatnot. So I
yeah,
really do forget about once it's hit the 100% of I've filmed that, it gets pushed to the to the filing cabinet, and that's where like I'm not even thinking about all the stuff I did this year.
That's amazing.
I don't know.
So before we wrap up this episode, where can people go find you on social media? Where can they go if they want to learn more about you, maybe get to know you, or hear about your upcoming work, or maybe be able to find out about projects that are out now? Where can they go follow you at?
Okay, I'm on most of the platforms. I'm Melissa O. Bowen. There is another Melissa Bowen who looks very much like me, who was on
Yeah.
NCIS 20 years ago. So that's why
Oh, okay.
I had to add the O because
Oh,
I had
okay.
Gotcha.
my,
Okay.
my kids' teachers were like, "You were on NCIS?" I was like, "No, ma'am, I was
No.
not." So Melissa O. Bowen on Facebook. I have my kind of username. It's Mob Scenery, so like MOB scenery, but Mob
Perfect.
Scenery. And I go by that on Instagram and TikTok, and you can find me on under either on YouTube as well. So I'm a little bit everywhere. I try to be good, and we live in a social media age, so
Yeah.
I try to use it to my advantage.
I know it's hard to do sometimes for sure, especially when you're busy. Well, we'll make sure to put all of your links down in the description below for those that are watching on YouTube. But if you're listening to the audio version, be sure to go check her out. She's on Instagram, all the socials, on TikTok as well. We definitely appreciate you for coming on our show. We appreciate you being here with us. We always tell people that you come back anytime. It's a revolving door, so you're always more than welcome to come back here anytime. If you have anything else, Melissa, you want to promote in the future, maybe one day I'll go see another movie. I'll be like, oh wow, there she is again.
I knew you
Okay,
would be in Batman.
I would
Right.
definitely, man. I'm like, I need my Batman art. I have a Catwoman painting over there. I have
Oh,
like
nice.
I am a DC girl. Okay, I'm a DC girl. I grew up with all
Nice.
the Batman, all the animated series and Batman Beyond. I
Yeah.
That was one that I really got my little brother hooked on. Anyways, yeah, I'm a big DC girl. Um,
We're gonna see you in the what is it? Is it Batman Bold and Brave? Is that the one that
Brave and
he's
the
doing?
Bold.
Brave and the Bold. We're
Raven
gonna
the
see
Bold.
Yeah.
we're gonna see the woman in the car who's gonna have a name, and she's gonna be helping somebody out in Gotham in the movie.
We're just gonna
There
switch
we
it. I'll
go.
be the woman in the elevator. I'll be the woman in the woman in the bus.
You will be the Bruce Campbell of the DCU.
Absolutely, I'll take
We
it.
never know where the woman's gonna show up, but she'll be there. She'll be there.
I will
Well,
take it.
take it, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Melissa, for hanging out with us here on this episode of the Next Level Podcast, and thanks to all of you for taking the time to listen to our show. Whether you're watching us right now on the domain YouTube channel, whether you listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, we're everywhere, literally everywhere. We appreciate you listening to us, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care, guys. See ya.
It's out.
Bye. Thank you guys.
Bye.